Alrighty, so I've been getting a lot of practice in on the build, getting a lot more refined with our combos, both offensively and defensively, and honestly, it's just getting more and more fun as I get better with the build. We have a 1v3 in the background here, where I tried to kind of go for a healer there, but we end up getting two DPS players onto us here. We do a little bit of hopping around with the medium armor. We get a beautiful vault kick into the full combo there onto one of the rapier players. But as I mentioned, there is a healer in this fight, so it's going to prove quite difficult to finish off any of these targets with the healer just sitting there in the background. So I'm trying to do a good of a job as I can to avoid damage. We get another beautiful vault kick into another combo there, but you see the second that my feet essentially leave the ground for that vault kick, that healing circle is on the ground and she's ready to heal them back to full. So I'm trying to see if I can find an opening to switch to the healer here. I land a pretty nice void scream onto both enemy players there because we're taking quite a bit of pressure. It gives me a little bit of time to just regen a little bit of health. But you see I've managed to pull the rapier player far enough away from the enemy team, and he ends up realizing that, and we're left to a 1v1 here. I land the scream, we put down the oblivion, land the vault kick into the double light hit combo of the spear there, and we honestly really nicely execute that fight there. Just played it slow, took our patience, and tried to find an opening there, and managed to finish off the target. One of the things I wanted to talk about in the video today was the combo or the ability setup that I've gone for. I've gotten a couple of questions about particularly the spear and different combinations that I think would be viable for it. And while I do think Javelin would definitely help you quite a bit in locking down targets, as you saw just in that fight there, Skewer gives us just enough mobility to be able to navigate in fights. And it's situations like this, these exact situations where I really feel like Skewer is a must-have on this build. You see, I kind of roll up behind these guys and I land the full combo on here and I get a finish off on one player. But you see, as soon as a gravel gets thrown down, I immediately Skewer and we're able to escape that and essentially keep moving and not get bogged down by that ability. If we're talking about strictly a 1v1 dueling build, then I think it's has a little bit more value there. But like I mentioned, I really like to make my builds for the most amount of situations possible. But speaking of 1v1s, those have honestly been where I'm having the most amount of fun on this build. Against skilled opponents that are aware of the threat of this build, it makes the fights a lot more enjoyable to have than honestly outnumbered fights right now. But it's honestly like a really oppressive build. It's similar to the Ice Gauntlet, to where there's a constant threat that the enemy has to be aware of, because if they get caught in any one of those CCs, then they're pretty much dead. But the Void Gauntlet gives us enough defensive on the back end to allow us to keep up that pressure. As you can see in this background clip here, we have a 1v1 with a bow rapier player, and she's doing a really good job of not getting caught in the combo. But even after taking quite a couple of shots and the poison cloud there, we're able to just pretty much keep walking her down and trying to look for an opening there because of the Void Gauntlet's regeneration. But we're in a kind of a stalemate right now where she has a lot more mobility than we do on our build. And every time we get into a situation like that where we find an opening to land something, she manages to escape and just barely make it out. So she's trying to do a bit of a job of creating some distance so she can see if she can land some bow attacks on me to get some damage in. But using the medium armor dodge, we're able to essentially just time our dodges from when we see those arrows coming and just keep walking her down. She ends up taking out her rapier to go for a rapier combo here, but we read the flashe, land the volt kick right before she throws out her parry, and land a beautiful combo there. And it's honestly just a matter of time before you get caught with one of the abilities on this build. And it's been a ton of fun to play, to be honest with you guys. And another little fun one I got into here is against a Void Gauntlet Ice Gauntlet user. Before I was aware of his build, we kind of just walk up in his face and we end up getting caught by the scream and we take a spike there, but we turn back onto him, we land a beautiful Volt Kick into the combo, but unfortunately there is a Cougar there who takes a brunt of our damage. So we kind of just are left back to a stalemate, but we do a really good job of dodging the Void Scream there, so we don't get bursted twice. We are pretty much staying topped up from our Void Gauntlet. We land a Scream into a Volt Kick. It's not the most optimal combo, but we are still able to pretty much put him on the back foot, and he jumps into the Ice Spike while we just continue to regenerate and chase him down and apply the pressure. Do a beautiful sidestep around the Ice Spike there, land the Volt Kick into the combo there, and even though we're not able to set up the combo perfectly to get the most amount of damage out of it, it's still a really impressive build, as I mentioned before. And on top of that, my Spear and Void Gauntlet expertise are about 518 right now, which is really low. We're doing about half or even more of the damage that we're supposed to be doing right now. But if you have been grinding and your skills and everything are maxed out, then I think you'll be having even more fun on the build than I have been currently. But as I mentioned, we have quite a bit of things to catch up on my character personally, both expertise and crafting and refining. So the videos might be a little bit slow while I grind that out. We are grinding over on Twitch live most of the time, which I'll leave a link for in the description. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.